I'm head of engineering for Jules. Jules is Google's bet of AI code agents that work as your teammate, working not only with you, but on your behalf. We're going to talk about 10xing yourself, and as a result, any business that you're in. I want to show of hands how many of you care about AI for yourself, for 10xing yourself. Woo, okay. And then how many of you think about AI in context of a business that you're running and the employees that work for you? Okay. So this talk's going to be for both of these people. Stay tuned. I'm excited to be here. The real cost of software development is not what we've thought so far. The real cost of software development, and those who are knowledge workers probably relate to it, is the fact that our most skilled workers, the best talent, is actually stuck solving the most insane, the most complex, and the most legacy bugs we maybe not even care about. Like a lot of the time spent by each one of us in our day jobs is actually not to do the cool, innovative stuff, but to actually solve those redundant bugs that keep showing up again and again from one form or the other of our legacy systems. Have every one of you experienced this at some point of time? Wait, are the rest of you working with AI systems already? Our businesses are basically plagued by what we call brownfield paradox. These are massive legacy systems and complex existing code bases. And when you think about the Band-Aid AI solutions, you send a prompt to ChatGPT here, or you ask Gemini something there, those are great at greenfield solutions. They will help you solve a sliver of the problem, but may not really incorporate the complex web of context that you deal on the daily basis. And so these greenfield solutions end up providing us a 30 or a 40% productivity boost on very small sliver of problems. But they're actually not that great when you think about the larger context of the companies that you're in. In fact, some research shows that if AI is not used appropriately, it can decrease your productivity by 19%. And so here you were, thinking that you were that person riding the wave. But if you're using AI incorrectly, you may be this person with a blanket who's just watching the raid pass you by. So what should we do? I have a theory which I'm going to share with you guys, which is sort of the paradigm of the products that we're building at Google. The new paradigm shift for AI is from assistive to teammates. It's a completely different way of working. Agents are not just tools that are assistive, but agents, which are the new buzzword. If you've been around in SF for a day, you've probably heard it several times. Agents are autonomous solutions that you can assign something to which work in the context of your environment and actually do several complex tasks on your behalf. The next-gen AI solutions automate workflows, not tasks. So think many parallel tasks really quickly on your behalf. This is kind of how I like to show the evolution of AI. It's funny because I was talking to a few of you in the break room, and people were like, hey, how is Jules different from Cursor? So here, everyone who asked me that question, here's how I think about it. The first gen of AI tools were assistive. They were reactive. You would have to babysit your Cursor AI agent and then make sure that it's doing the right thing for you. Then there was another wave of the vibe coding tools, which were sort of proactive, but not really for production-ready systems. Like you wouldn't vibe code an application and unleash it on 100,000 users. And so this is the new wave of embedded workflow solutions, which is the AI agents of the future. These are agents which are proactive, which are autonomously workable so that you can delegate parts of your workflow to these agents. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Let's see this in action. Okay, Oz, you're going to have to queue up a demo for me. Let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, you guys can see my screen. So Jules is a product that we launched recently. I want to show you something. In prep for this, I wanted Jules to build me a ping calculator. So last night, I went to the website. I was like, hey, search for the image of a ping calculator. And the Wi-Fi here isn't great. I know, here we are talking about AI and we're back to basic problems in life. But anyways, I asked Jules, hey, let's search for the image of a ping calculator. Jules ended up searching for this image for me. Okay, you're gonna have to believe me when I say this, okay? And we're gonna see a demo at the end. So Jules actually ended up building the code of a ping calculator. It was able to quickly run tests for it, anticipate edge cases, and actually correct its code a bunch of times. If you would see this demo, it's on my YouTube channel, you should see it. It's actually quite cool in how it's like, hey, I built this thing, but actually here are the bugs in my initial implementation. And hey, I went and fixed it. Finally, it was able to build something that worked. With just one prompt, Jules was able to do this for me, which is hosted on my local, and I can actually go interact with this application of a ping calculator. It's also a public GitHub repo if you want to see Jules doing all of these things. We can go back to the deck. So I invite you guys to all try it out. But really, Jules was able to research the web to pull up whatever it meant by a ping calculator. It was able to implement the entire functionality by looking at this image. It was able to test the end result, anticipate edge cases, debug it, and update the documentation, which is probably the hardest part of building anything. And so instead of just assisting you, a powerful agent can actually understand your tasks. So we have powerful Gemini 2.5 thinking models behind this agent. It can independently write the code, test it, debug it, basically verifiers and everything, and then finally understand and communicate its work. This is just the front end. What you don't see is over time, when you use powerful agents, they also help learn your nuances, your styles, your code bases to gradually improve what they're building on your behalf. What would have taken an AI-assisted workflow of first-gen AI, a few hours of development, and you babysitting it, took me 10 minutes. I sort of gave this command, I went, did some things, and then I came back and it was done. So this seems great. You're all sitting here and thinking, okay, this is all theory, like what do I do? So here's a call to action to each one of you listening to this. Identify your high friction, repetitive workflows that you have, either in your personal workflows or in your business. Invest in beta trials of a lot of these products. There's so many products out there. Invest in a few handful that you're excited about to see what works. And then measure. And this is the most important part. Like, make sure that this is a scientific problem where you measure what works for you. Whether it's in terms of increased developer productivity, whether it's in terms of just reduced project timelines, whatever that metric is, measure what you get out of any of these tools. And finally, as a result of this, unlock the exponentiated potential that AI agents afford you, much more so than AI-assisted technology out there. And so hopefully, if you've done this well, you will unlock what Reid Hoffman calls super agency, which is humans are not just assisted, but empowered by AI, where their creativity and impact is exponentiated. So ride the wave, everyone.